What's good, y'all? So in this video, I'm going to be reacting to 5 unsettling horror stories animated. So I'm going to break this up into parts. Kind of like how I did the jump scare thing. I did 2 parts of that, but with this, I'm going to do a story at a time. So the first story will be the first video and so on till we're done. I've reacted to some of these in the past. Obviously, I'm going to credit the original person. If you want to see this person's page, if you were interested in what they got going on, check the description. The link will be right there. Just open the damn description, okay? It's 3 o'clock, and I'm doing this because I'm an idiot, okay? You feel me? 3 a.m. So, you know what? Might as well. Let's just get into it. You know, just get into the bullshit. It's fine.
I don't believe...
So the first one is Serbian dancing lady. Whatever the fuck that means.
Believe in ghost stories or urban legends, but walking down those deserted streets of Belgrade that night, something felt off. The Serbian dancing lady. What a laughable joke, right? That creepy story that went viral on TikTok. People saying they had seen her all alone, dancing in the streets, turning around streetlights with a knife. A legend tells that she could run after any person who came too close. But come on, just a joke, I said to myself. I am Luca, a journalist. What I enjoy the most is debunking hoaxes like this. Naturally, I had decided to follow up on this story after it began to go viral on cyberspace.
I got a question. The people that like to do shit like this, y'all don't think like ever like you do like the what ifs, like, okay, like I don't believe this shit, but like what if Michael Myers is real? You know, what if Annabelle doll keep moving across the, like y'all don't think of that kind of stuff and have like a backup plan? Because on God, I would have about 4 people with me. On God, for one, we can all document it and make sure I'm not insane. Number 2, now, okay, well, there's people, we have to get the fuck gone. I'm not about to do this by myself. Like, I don't understand why people don't believe that type of shit. Me, I'm going to come prepared. Best believe, even if I go through it like a haunted house, I have to have multiple people. Preferably like 9, so it's 3. Oh, math wrong. Preferably like 12, so it's 3 on each side. So I'm protected.
It was almost midnight and I packed my bags with a camera in hand, hoping to catch whatever hoax this was in frame. But the streets of Belgrade lay deathly quiet beneath me, a stillness that reached down into your skin. Just 2 strays scurried past as I made my way down to the alley where she had last been spotted. The air was heavy, cold seeping into my bones as I tried to shake off the nerves building inside. All you could hear was my footsteps, at least each step echoing down cobblestones. I arrived at the alley and stopped there, pulling out my camera. Let's see if this ghost lady's real, I told myself, more to try to keep myself from freaking out than anything else. I began filming street scenes, speaking into the camera. Nothing so far, probably just... Then I heard it. Music, very soft, as if from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. The wind was carrying it on its breath. My chest tightened as I slowly turned my head. It was then that I saw her. He stood at the end of the street, where it seemed a dangling street lamp cast just enough light to illuminate his stand. The girl danced, that's the only word for it. No, she swayed in a long, sweeping gown. Her movements were slow and eerily mesmerizing, as though lost in another world. My breath caught in my throat. No, this cannot be.
Yeah, breath caught in your throat, you dumbass. Now look at you. You know, sometimes when y'all doubt certain shit, the only way for y'all to believe is to be proven. And that might come with some consequences of its own. Obviously, you telling the story, so you okay. You just might be a little traumatized. Should have believed it from the start.
But it was. She spun, arms weaving around her body beatifically, but something was wrong in the movement. Too staccato, too conscious. My hands were shaking as I raised the camera and zoomed in on her. The lens fought to find its focus, but it was enough. She was a woman, and she was dancing. Then she stopped, quite suddenly. She looked up at me as she had just realized I was staring at her. My heart was pounding, and everything in my body screamed to run away. But my feet were glued onto the... She sat there in the shadows and stared at me. She was hiding her face behind hers, but I could feel eyes on me. The air was thick and suffocating as I stood there, too scared to move. Then she started walking towards me. Dancing was over, fluid moment gone. Now, it was a slow, deliberate walk, as if she were advancing directly for me. I tried to take 1 step back, but my legs would not go.
Cap, you didn't try hard enough for me, but you should have been up out of there. What the fuck are we doing?
Is this real? Was this some sort of demented trick? I looked down at her hand and saw there, it was glinting in the dim light, a knife. Then, something inside me snapped. My head was screaming at me to move. I turned around and fled, pounding my feet on pavement and my heart in my ears. It was as if the sound of my heart beating in time created an urgency that drowned her. However, underneath it, I heard her footsteps, slumbering, slow, deliberate, steady, as if she knew exactly where I was going. I chanced to glance over my shoulder. She was still there, darkly silhouetted, moving with an efficiency to be toward me, the knife catching every step of light. I ran faster, turning down haphazard streets, my gasping breath coming raggedly as I tried to shake her. Every time I seemed to have lost her, I could hear her still, the soft tapping of her shoes against cobblestones. I ran down the alley, getting behind a dumpster to crouch down for breath. My hands were shaking as I held my camera. I tried to stand still. I need proof. This is not just some stupid joke.
What you talking about? You need proof? Am I? You about to lose your life. You don't need proof. Leave. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Joke. I hit record again, peeking over the dumpster. Her face was hidden once more behind the overhanging wall, but I felt sure she saw me. I waited, holding my breath to ensure she would not come forward any farther. For a few agonizing moments, we just stayed locked in this pose, as if me crouching there in the shadows and she stared straight at me. And then, slowly, she turned and walked away, vanishing into the darkness again. I waited, my heart pounding wildly, could not piece together what had occurred. Was it done? I didn't know. It took all that was left of me to stand up, my legs shaking as I stumbled from the alley. The streets were empty again, and the morbid music was gone. Had I dreamed it? No, I couldn't do that. I had it on film. Back in my apartment, I replayed the tape. There she was, dancing, then walking straight for me. But something made my stomach drop. In the video, as she danced under the streetlight, she wasn't looking at me. She was looking behind me? A chill slid down my spine, and before I could do anything about it, my phone buzzed. On my screen was a text from an unknown caller. You should have left her alone. A chill went through my neck. I was no longer alone. Not anymore.
Okay, the next story that we'll be getting to Snapchat, but that's probably for next week. Anyways, okay. So I feel this was it was a good story, but it was one of them stories that I believe these are true stories. I'm not really sure, but I believe they are true stories. It's one of those ones where, like, you know, when you are watching a horror movie and one of the characters is being like an idiot, and you're just like trying to yell at them, like as if they can hear you. That's what I felt like in this, because I'm like, bro, what? All of the moves was wrong, just stupid. Everything he did was stupid, to be honest. And so it's almost like when the consequence comes, it's like you kind of deserved it, my guy. I don't know. Story though kept me engaged for sure. Just wish that the main character was a little bit smarter. But I like the ending. I did. I like the not if it was real. If it was real, then that sucks for the person. But it was a very like I said, it was very engaging, very interesting, very, you know, gave you that little, like, that chill down your spine type of shit. Like I said, I'm watching this 3 a.m., so it did give me that, like, oh my God, like, when I turn this off, like, shit, who behind me type shit. So I really, like, I fuck with that. But anyways, yeah, so I liked it. Is there anything that y'all want me to check out? We in spooky season. Let me know, and I will do my best to get to it as soon as possible. Yeah, I fucks with it. Anyways, y'all come subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and I will see y'all in the next one.